Welcome to the review of one of my all-time favorite knives, the Spyderco Manix 2 Blue Lightweight. Oh yeah. Now there's already a lot of reviews out there on YouTube on the Spyderco Manix 2 Blue Lightweight, so I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. Now, this one came out, I think, in like 2010 or something, and it got a lot of accolades, including Blade Magazine's 2010 Most Innovative American Design. And you know what? You can see why. It is a nice looking, nice feeling, nice shaped, nice designed knife. Like the G10 version, the Lightweight Manix 2 features a ball bearing lock that you can see here. Now, effectively, I'm going to have difficulty showing you exactly how this actuates or how the lock works, but what's effectively happening is this lock is operating around a free-floating ball bearing contained inside this custom polymer cage, and for that reason, the ball bearing's round shape, which I don't know if I can make it out there. Let's see if I can show you here. But you can see the spring in there, and you can see the kind of polymer, well, this polymer cage around here, but it is self-contained, and effectively the the ball bearing's round shape allows the lock to self-adjust across a large surface area, which ensures a smooth and consistent lockup every time it's engaged. Now the ball bearing is engineered to be self-contained, meaning there's no need for, well, what is there no need for? Internal liners. It's just basically, you don't need anything to support it, and what that means is this folder is liner free and incredibly lightweight. I think it weighs in at 3 ounces, the whole knife, which is 85 grams. Now that is a phenomenally light knife, considering the actual cutting edge is 73 millimeters, which is 2.9 inches, thereabouts. The actual blade length overall is 3.4 inches, 86 millimeters. Overall length is just over 8 inches long, about 20 centimeters. Closed length is 4.66 inches, which is 118 millimeters, and the blade thickness itself is 3.2 millimeters, which is 1/8 of an inch thick, which is pretty decent. In fact, let me see if I can compare it to, well, this is a Delica, which is a lot thinner, but the Delica is I think a 1/16 of an inch thick, but this is a super thin knife. So if you want to use this for food prep, it works fantastically for that. Also, with the design of the knife, it makes for great tactical use. Now, I don't recommend you ever use this as a tactical blade, but if needs must, if you have to push it into that category, it will do the job well, really well. And the reason for that is, well, this translucent, I think it's fiberglass reinforced co-polymer, Spyderco call it. It's plastic. Posh plastic to you and me, but it's really strong. It's like, the way the Glocks are polymers, and this is a polymer, and it's kind of like their design that you get on the FRN here, and it's bi-directional texturing, and what that means is you get it's kind of pointing inwards from all directions. So if you try and push out from any way, like push out, it will grip in. Now, if you slide in, it will go in quite easily. And it's an ingenious design, this, and it means you get excellent traction on the handle. You do have some, some jimping, but it's not real jimping on the actual thing up here on the handle. And on the thumb ramp, well, the kind of partial thumb ramp, you get good jimping up here, and in the finger choil area you get excellent jimping. So effectively your control on this blade is superb for whatever purpose you need to put it into. Couple that with the leaf shaped blade, it makes for great slicing, great cutting capability. You get a good belly in this, and the full flat grind means this will slice through pretty much anything you need it to go through. The blade steel's kind of new, kind of different. CTS BD1. Now this is newly released. Well, it was newly released at the time. Newly released BD1 Carpenter steel, and Carpenter's a US company that makes steels, and you know they do well. They've made a very good steel. In this case, I would probably trust their other steels as well. And it is gaining the attention of a lot of knife enthusiasts for its high carbon and high chromium content, so which effectively makes it rust resistant whilst gives it really good edge retention. Now, like I've said, the blade is flat ground with a good jimping all around, and you've got an oversized, I think it's a 14mm deployment hole, but let's see if I can measure this without cutting myself. It is, yeah, 14mm deployment hole, and what that means is you can use this while wearing gloves. So if you need to use a knife in a cold climate, in a wet climate, or there's a lot of snow, this knife will work superbly. Why? Because of its high chromium content, the great rust resistance you get from it, the fact that you don't have steel liners. This would actually be an ideal cold weather knife. So if anybody's going to be deployed in Canada or Russia, this would be probably one of the most ideal knives you can get. How strong is it though? That's something I was a little concerned with. The fact that it doesn't have stainless steel liners, that it is effectively a plastic knife. No matter how you try and dress up that plastic, it is still plastic, and I trust metal more than I trust plastic. But I mean, I've been using it. I haven't pressed it into let's see, any super hard situation. I'm trying to put a lot of force into bending that, but it's strong. It is strong. I would not use this as a pry bar, crowbar, screwdriver, anything like that. Oh, damn, did I nearly thought I cut myself there. But I wouldn't press it into any crazy situation like that. But yeah, as long as you don't do anything silly, it works fantastically. Blade centering is near perfect. Very near perfect. In terms of lockup, so they claim with the self-adjusting, there shouldn't be, and there is no side-to-side. Now, obviously, it will look like there is in the camera, because if I try not to move the handle, nope, and up and down, nothing. Not a smidgen. This is solid. And yeah, I trust that it will stay that way for a long time. I've been using this knife for several months now, and works great. 6 months, 7 months, something like that. I can't remember. You've got this ambidextrous wire silhouette pocket clip, hardened steel. It's tip up carry only, so you cannot reposition it for tip down. Don't care, because I never do that anyway. But you can reposition it to left or right hand carry. Now, even though I am a lefty, I keep this on my right side. It works for me, and you've got an awesome sized lanyard hole there, which I've got gutted paracord through here. But yeah, you could fit, I mean, I've got 2 strands of gutted paracord through there. I could fit 4 strands through there, or 2 strands of regular 550 paracord that's not been gutted through there with ease. And if you want to know where I got the lanyard from, I'll have a link in the description below. All in all, awesome knife, very lightweight, especially considering just how large it is. I mean, I would say it's lighter than the Delica, which is a smaller knife. And why? Because this has stainless steel liners, which, see if I can show you that. You can just make out there. You've got milled stainless steel liners, but you've got liners nonetheless, and the fact that you have no liners in here makes this incredibly lightweight, and it is translucent. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. There you go. So you can see the light coming through the back end there. Hey, the back end. Anyway, so highly recommended. I'll have a link to the recommended retailer. This is again in the UK down below. In the States, I couldn't tell you where you could get it from. I think it's around about 75, 77 quid, thereabouts. I cannot remember, which is very, very good value for a knife of this size, of this build quality, especially considering the fact that it is built and designed and made in Golden, Colorado, USA, Mother Earth. And you can see Eric Glesser's logo just on the spine there. So thank you, Mr. Glesser. We appreciate the fine work you put into this blade. And that is a 5-minute review over and out. We thank you for watching.